Today on MTG Unpacked, Jace makes his return, and we also have some unstable packs to get through. So without further ado, let's see what we pull today, and hopefully the presence of Jace will lead to some very nice pulls. Alright, we have a Joyride Rigger. When Joyride Rigger enters the battlefield, assembles a contraption. So, crazy goblin vehicle. We have an ordinary pony. A defective detective. An eager beaver. Hammer helper. So you gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature and roll a 6-sided die until end of turn. It gains haste and gets plus X plus 0 where X is the result. Steady-handed Mook. He assembles a contraption. He has Death Touch. Looks like a bit of a Homer Simpson type thing going on there. Feisty Stegosaurus. Amateur Auteur. So we don't have this one. This is the Theros the Musical. If you sacrifice it, you destroy target enchantment. Elspeth, blessed by Heliod, stepped up where the Hydra trod. Soon afterward, a lesson learned. Attack the champion, get burned. We have a Low Blobber as the uncommon. Kindly Cognition, so spells you cast that refer to artifacts or contraptions in their rules text cost 1 less to cast. And Half a Rhino. And an Angelic Rocket. It's a host creature. That's the rare. And a plains. And a contraption is a targeting rocket. So target creature blocks this turn if able. Applied aeronautics. Whenever you crank that until end of turn, target creature gets plus 1 plus 0, gains flying and becomes an artifact in addition to its other types. And we also get a rogue token with menace. And what do we have on the back here? The power is at your fingertips. Like an infinite sort of thing. Okay. You may have noticed I'm skipping through some of these a little quicker. If we've seen them before in the series, I'll tend to just move on to the next one. So we've seen one of those. Joyride Rigger, Ordinary Pony, Defective Detective, Snickering Squirrel, Worker Double, Sacrifice Play, Beast in Show. Now that's a different one. There was another Beast in Show, and this one looks more like a bull. Not a surprise to see her on the podium. This paragon of tusk curvature is just the latest addition to the long championship lineage of Wild Speaker Ranch. Target Minotaur with prowess. And the uncommon is a Super Duper Death Ray that has trample and deals 4 damage to a target creature. Inhumaniac. So let's see, at the beginning of your upkeep, roll a 6-sided die. On a 3 or 4, put a +1/+1 counter on him. On a 5 or higher, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. On a 1, remove all +1/+1 counters. Half kitten, half... Let's do this. I've been meaning to do this. Half kitten, half Jace. How about that? Crickets. I don't hear any laughter. And the rare is a cramped bunker. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player moves a permanent he or she controls to touch that and no other permanents. If he or she can't destroy each permanent that player controls that isn't touching cramped bunker, then sacrifice it. So we've got a whole stack of creatures battling it out there. Forest. Guest list contraption. So target creature gets minus X until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in its controller's graveyard. And that was a rare contraption. Inflation Station. Whenever you crank it, target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. And a Stormcrow. Alright, the mighty Stormcrow. And on the back, we have a perception test. How many avian perversions do you see? I wonder how many of these different tests there are. If anyone knows, leave a note in the comments. Alright, what do we got? Old Guard. Wall of Fortune. Ground Pounder. Numbing Jellyfish. That's a host creature. Box of Free Range Goblins. Spell Suck. Hoisted Hireling. Target Minotaur. Stamp of Approval. That's a uncommon. As it enters the battlefield, choose a watermark. Creatures with that watermark get +1/+1. Rumors of My Death. Shelliphant. So you can choose one by paying 0. You can activate it while it's in any zone. It has base power and toughness 1/4 or base power and toughness 3/3. Okay, so you pick, depending on the circumstances, whatever you need. And a mythic, the Grand Calcutron. Yep, definitely Calcutron. When it enters the battlefield, each player's hand becomes a program. Players can only play the first card of their program. If a card will be put in a player's hand from anywhere, that player reveals it, places it anywhere within his or her program instead. At the beginning of each player's end step, if that player's program has fewer than 5 cards, he or she draws cards equal to the difference. And I am more confused than when I was reading the name. And an island. And a dog snail engine contraption. Player gains life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Auto key. So the target creature becomes an artifact in addition to other types and gains tap, you gain 3 life. And a foil fairy spy. With flying haste, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So that's an interesting token. And what do we got here? Unstable ad cards featuring scratch and sniff technology. Scratch any ad card for real ads sent. Collect them all. Ad sent may diminish with use. Is that a real thing or is this just a fake ad? Interesting. Smells like a card to me. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings. Tap the notification bell if you want to be notified of new videos. And have a great day.